There's something terrifying about losing control of your own body. One day you're walking up the stairs without thinking twice, and the next you're holding onto the railing for dear life. You start feeling slow, unsure, a little less stable on your feet. But here's the scariest part. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small, silent steps. You don't wake up one morning unable to walk confidently. It sneaks up on you with every skipped movement, every ache ignored, every time you choose the elevator over the stairs. If you're over 50, the truth is simple. You are already losing muscle unless you are doing something about it. After age 30, we lose 3 to 5% of muscle mass each decade, and after 50, that process accelerates. It's called sarcopenia. But here's the thing. Muscle loss is not your fate. It's a consequence of inaction. This video is about reclaiming control. These 6 simple home-based exercises are designed specifically for adults over 50 to fight back against leg weakness, restore strength, and give you back your balance, mobility, and confidence. You won't need a gym. You won't need equipment. All you need is a few feet of space, a sturdy chair, and a decision to take action. Let's begin with the first movement, a powerful chair-based exercise that builds real-world strength exactly where it matters most. Exercise 1, the sit to stand, rebuilding strength, where it matters most. Let's begin with one of the most important and overlooked exercises for seniors over 50, the sit to stand. This simple movement isn't just about getting up and down from a chair. It's about reclaiming the foundation of your mobility, independence, and daily confidence. Why? Because this single exercise targets the key muscles that support nearly every step you take, your quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings. When these muscles weaken, simple tasks like standing up from the couch, walking to the mailbox, or climbing the stairs become more difficult and more dangerous. But here's the good news. This decline can be reversed. And it starts with movements like this. The sit to stand mimics a motion you do every single day, getting up from a seated position. But when done slowly and intentionally, it becomes a powerful strength-building tool. You're not just exercising, you're retraining your body to move better, support your weight more evenly, and reduce stress on your knees and lower back. Even better, this exercise requires no equipment at all, just a sturdy chair and a few minutes of your time. To begin, find a chair that doesn't roll or swivel. Ideally, it should be high enough that your knees are level with or slightly lower than your hips when seated. Sit toward the front edge of the chair with your feet planted firmly on the ground, about shoulder width apart. Place your hands on your thighs for support, or reach them slightly forward to help with balance. Then, here's the key. Press your feet into the floor and engage your leg muscles as you slowly rise up to a full standing position. Pause at the top, standing tall with your chest lifted and shoulders relaxed. Then slowly reverse the motion, lowering yourself back down with control. That's one repetition. Now, many people make the mistake of using momentum to launch themselves out of the chair. But that reduces the strength benefits, and it can lead to poor form or even injury. The slower and more deliberate you move, the more you activate the muscles that matter. Your goal is not speed, it's control. Aim for 10 repetitions to start, done at a pace of about 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. If you can't do 10 right away, that's okay. Start with what you can do and build from there. Even 3 or 5 reps is a great beginning. If you feel wobbly, place your hands on the arms of the chair for extra support, or have a counter nearby to steady yourself. Over time, as your strength improves, you'll find that other daily movements become easier too. Getting out of bed, rising from a dining chair, or even stepping into a car. They all draw from the same power base in your legs and hips. This is why physical therapists and doctors often recommend the sit to stand as the first step in regaining leg function. It's not flashy, but it works, and it builds confidence as well as strength. The sit to stand is also an excellent indicator of overall leg health. In fact, research has shown that people who can do more sit-to-stand repetitions in 30 seconds tend to have better lower body strength, balance, and fall resistance. That's why this one simple movement should become part of your daily routine. It's like brushing your teeth. Not optional, but essential. Finally, don't forget to breathe throughout the movement. Inhale as you lower yourself down and exhale as you push up. Breathing rhythm helps keep your blood pressure steady and your movement relaxed. If you find yourself holding your breath, pause and reset. Your body performs best when it's calm and oxygenated. Exercise 2. The side step up. Strengthening your hips for real-world balance. Now that we've built a solid foundation with the sit-to-stand exercise, it's time to move on to another key movement that addresses something just as important: side-to-side stability. As we age, most of us focus on forward movement, walking, standing, getting up from a chair. But we often forget that life doesn't just happen in a straight line. A slip on wet pavement, a twist to reach for something, or stepping sideways to avoid an obstacle. These are the moments where side strength matters most. And that's where this second exercise comes in: the side step up. The side step up is a gentle but highly effective movement that targets a small yet powerful muscle called the gluteus medius. This muscle sits on the outside of your hips and plays a huge role in keeping your pelvis stable when you walk, climb stairs, or shift your weight from one foot to another. Weakness in this muscle is one of the leading causes of instability and falls, especially when turning or stepping sideways. But the good news is, with just a step and a few minutes a day, you can strengthen it and regain the confidence to move more freely. To begin, you'll need a low step, no higher than 4 inches to start. Many seniors find it easiest to use the bottom step of their staircase or a sturdy aerobic step platform. Safety first. Make sure you have a handrail nearby or a wall to lightly hold onto for support. Face sideways toward the step, with one foot up on the step and the other flat on the floor. Take a moment to feel balanced. Your toes should be pointing forward and your weight evenly distributed. From here, push through the foot that's on the step to lift your other leg off the floor and bring it up to meet the top foot. Once both feet are on the step, pause briefly to stabilize, then step the same leg back down, returning to the starting position. That's one repetition. What you've just done is train your leg to support your full body weight in a sideways motion. The exact kind of movement that can prevent a fall when you're caught off balance. Now, here's what's important. Don't rush. Many people try to step quickly, but this causes momentum to take over and reduces muscle engagement. Instead, move slowly and with intention, feeling the muscles of your hip and thigh working to control the movement. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions on one side, then switch legs. Over time, as your muscles adapt, you can increase this to 20 reps per side. If 10 feels too hard right now, start with 5 and build gradually. Every rep counts. There are a few things to keep in mind to maximize the benefit and minimize risk. First, keep your upper body upright. Try not to lean forward or hunch over. Second, make sure the step is not too close to the edge of a wall or furniture where you could trip. And third, watch your foot placement. Make sure the foot on the step is planted firmly in the center, not hanging off the edge, to avoid ankle strain. Now let's talk results. Over the years in my clinic, I've seen dozens of patients who struggled with side-to-side movement, especially those recovering from hip surgery or dealing with arthritis in the knees. After incorporating the side step up into their weekly routine, many found not only that their walking improved, but they also became more confident in situations where they had to pivot, change direction, or navigate uneven terrain. Breathe with each repetition. Inhale before you step up. Exhale as you push through the foot. This helps stabilize your core and keeps your rhythm steady. And remember, improvement comes with consistency, not speed. Just doing this movement a few minutes each day can lead to big improvements in your balance, posture, and overall coordination. Exercise 3. The heel-to-toe rock, rebuilding your walking power and ankle strength. We've strengthened the big movers, the thighs and glutes, and improved our balance with side step-ups. But now it's time to focus on something just as important, yet often forgotten: the lower leg muscles and ankle joints. These might not be as obvious as your thighs or hips, but they're absolutely essential for safe, smooth walking and pain-free stair climbing. And that's where this next movement comes in: the heel-to-toe rock. This exercise might sound simple, but don't underestimate its power. It strengthens the tibialis anterior, the muscle on the front of your shin, the calf muscles, and improves ankle mobility and control. These three elements work together like a well-oiled spring to push you forward when walking and to stabilize your step when descending stairs. As we age, the ankle joint becomes stiffer, the calf muscles weaken, and foot clearance becomes harder. That's why so many older adults start tripping, shuffling, or walking with hesitation. But the good news is, this can be reversed, and it starts with this one slow, deliberate movement. Let's begin. Stand behind a sturdy chair or near a countertop, something you can hold onto lightly for balance. Place your feet shoulder-width apart. First, slowly rise onto your toes, lifting your heels off the ground. Hold at the top for 5 seconds, feeling the stretch and engagement in your calves. This is your body's built-in power plant for forward motion. Your calves help you push off the ground with every step. Now slowly lower your heels and rock your weight back onto your heels, lifting your toes off the ground. Again, hold for 5 seconds. This works your tibialis anterior, a small but mighty muscle that lifts your foot during the walking. Weakness here is a hidden cause of toe dragging and tripping. Repeat this gentle rocking movement, heel to toe and toe to heel, for 10 to 15 repetitions. What makes this exercise especially powerful is how it mimics the natural rolling motion of walking. You're retraining your body to move from the heel to the ball of your foot, restoring your natural gait mechanics, and doing it in a safe, controlled way. Plus, by holding each position for several seconds, you're not just engaging the muscles, you're training balance and joint stability at the same time. A common mistake people make here is rushing the motion, bouncing quickly between heel and toe. But remember, the real strength is built in the hold. Each pause at the top and bottom challenges your balance and builds endurance. Take your time, breathe steadily, and really feel those muscles working. Now you might be wondering, how can something this small make a big difference? Let me tell you about a client of mine named George. George is 67 and used to love walking his dog every morning. But after a minor ankle injury and a few months of reduced activity, he noticed he started dragging his right foot and couldn't keep up with his pup. His balance fell off and stairs became a challenge. I gave George this exact heel-to-toe rock exercise and asked him to do it twice a day. After 2 weeks, he was walking more confidently. After a month, he was back to his morning dog walks. No cane needed. Each variation builds on the same foundational goal: strong, stable ankles and confident forward motion. In terms of reps, I recommend 2 sets of 10 to 15 heel-to-toe rocks per day, increasing the number gradually over time, maybe 2 to 3 extra reps per week. Just like brushing your teeth, this becomes part of your daily maintenance. It takes less than 5 minutes, but the payoff? Smoother walking, safer stair descent, and less fatigue when you're on your feet. Exercise 4. Wall push-ups. Strengthening your upper legs through whole-body coordination. If you think push-ups are only for younger people or athletes, think again. Wall push-ups are a powerful yet accessible exercise that many adults over 50 completely overlook. But they shouldn't. This movement isn't just about working your arms or chest. When done correctly, it plays a key role in stabilizing your entire upper body while subtly engaging your legs and core, especially your quadriceps, glutes, and hip stabilizers, muscles directly linked to better walking, standing, and even stair climbing. Let's explore why wall push-ups are far more than an upper body move, and how they can support strong, healthy legs too. To begin, imagine this. Every time you get up from a chair, reach for a cupboard, or stabilize yourself when you start to fall, your body is relying on a sequence of connected muscle groups. Your upper body pushes, your core braces, and your lower body catches. This is whole body coordination in action. Wall push-ups mimic this natural pattern safely and gently, while reinforcing the foundation of leg strength, balance, stability, and control. To perform this exercise, stand facing a wall with your feet about 2 feet away. Place your hands flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Your fingers should point upward, and your elbows should be slightly bent. Now, slowly bend your elbows and lean your body toward the wall, keeping your heels on the ground and your back straight. Then, press back to the starting position. That's 1 rep. Try for 10 to 15 repetitions. What makes this exercise unique for your legs is the way it gently activates your glutes and quads while stabilizing your lower body. As you lean forward, your body's weight shifts slightly toward your toes. Your leg muscles subtly engage to prevent you from tipping forward. And as you press back, your hamstrings and calves assist in maintaining posture and balance. Over time, this builds the neuromuscular control that prevents falls and strengthens the legs without aggressive impact. And there's more to it. Wall push-ups improve circulation, which supports muscle regeneration. For older adults, this is vital because improved blood flow helps deliver oxygen and nutrients directly to working muscles, especially those in your thighs and hips. With consistent repetition, you'll notice that even standing and walking feel easier. That's because wall push-ups encourage proper posture, which helps you align your hips and knees properly when you move. Now let's talk about breathing, a surprisingly important aspect. With each push toward the wall, exhale slowly through your mouth. As you press away, inhale gently through your nose. This controlled breathing pattern not only keeps your blood pressure stable, but also trains your diaphragm and abdominal muscles to support spinal and pelvic stability. When these systems are in harmony, your leg muscles don't need to overcompensate, which prevents fatigue and strain. Wall push-ups are also excellent for seniors with arthritis or joint sensitivity. Unlike floor push-ups or traditional resistance training, this variation removes most of the load from your wrists, elbows, and knees while still building the muscular strength needed to perform daily activities. You can even modify the intensity by changing the distance of your feet from the wall. The further away, the more challenging the movement becomes. Exercise 5. Seated leg extensions. Rebuilding strength in the front of your thighs. If you've ever struggled to get out of a chair, rise from the toilet, or climb a step without grabbing for support, chances are your quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of your thighs, need some attention. And the good news is that you don't need to stand, squat, or risk losing your balance to strengthen them. There's a gentle, joint-friendly movement that helps restore that strength right from the safety of a chair. The seated leg extension. This exercise may look simple, but it targets one of the most essential muscle groups for mobility and independence. Your quadriceps are the powerhouses responsible for straightening your knees, stabilizing your hips, and lifting your legs as you walk. If they weaken, even basic actions like stepping forward, getting in and out of a car, or climbing stairs can become a daily struggle. But the beauty of this exercise is how it builds that strength back, slowly, safely, and effectively. Let's start with how to do it. Sit upright in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Make sure your back is supported and your knees are bent at about a 90-degree angle. From here, slowly lift one foot off the floor by straightening your knee. Keep your thigh anchored to the seat and raise your foot until your leg is almost fully extended. Pause at the top, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and then slowly lower your foot back down. That's 1 repetition. Alternate legs and aim for 10 to 15 reps per side. If you feel strong enough, repeat for 2 or 3 sets. Now, why is this movement so effective? For one, it isolates the quadriceps without putting pressure on your hips, knees, or back. It gives your muscles a chance to wake up and rebuild, especially if you haven't been very active lately. You're essentially training your legs to remember how to support your body again, without the strain or stress that traditional strength exercises can create. As you lift your leg, you'll feel the front of your thigh tighten. That's your quadriceps engaging. The longer you hold the lift, the more they work. Over time, this is what leads to muscle hypertrophy. That's a fancy way of saying your muscles grow thicker, denser, and stronger. And because this is a seated exercise, there's very little risk of falling or straining other parts of your body. Let's also talk about circulation. Every time you lift and lower your leg, you're encouraging blood flow into the thigh and knee region. That means more oxygen and nutrients get delivered to the muscle tissue, while waste products like lactic acid are carried away. This not only helps with strength, but also with recovery, flexibility, and reduced inflammation around the knees. Now, if you'd like to make this exercise a little more challenging, there are easy ways to progress. Try adding ankle weights, just 1 or 2 pounds to start, or loop a resistance band around both ankles for added tension. The resistance will encourage your quads to work harder, and that means faster results over time. If you don't have any equipment, even placing your hand on top of your thigh during the extension can provide light resistance. And here's a little tip I often give my clients. When you're doing this exercise, imagine that you're slowly kicking a ball under the table, but in slow motion. This visualization helps with form, making sure your movement is smooth and controlled. It also prevents jerking or rushing through reps, which can reduce the effectiveness of the exercise and put strain on the joints. Another benefit? Seated leg extensions also engage your core. As you lift your leg, your abdominal muscles naturally tighten to help maintain balance in the chair. So without even realizing it, you're also strengthening the deep muscles that support your spine and pelvis. A win-win for posture and lower back comfort. Exercise 6, standing knee marches, restoring balance, rhythm, and hip strength. Sometimes the most powerful exercises are also the most familiar, and that's exactly the case with this one. If you've ever marched in place, even just for a moment, you've done a version of this next movement. But here's what most people over 50 don't realize. Standing knee marches, when done with purpose and control, can dramatically improve your balance, hip strength, walking rhythm, and overall lower body coordination. And the best part, you can do them almost anywhere, with no equipment and very little space. So, let's walk through how to do it safely and effectively. Start by standing tall near a countertop or sturdy chair that you can lightly touch for support. Place your feet hip-width apart. Now, slowly lift one knee up in front of you to about hip height, if that feels comfortable, and pause for 1 or 2 seconds. Then lower it down slowly and repeat with the other leg. That's 1 repetition on each side. Try to perform 10 to 20 repetitions per leg. Keep your core engaged, your shoulders relaxed, and your breathing steady throughout the movement. At first, don't worry about speed. In fact, the slower you move, the more control and strength you build. Think about this exercise like practicing the rhythm of walking in slow motion. This builds not only strength, but also what physical therapists call proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. This is critical for balance, coordination, and fall prevention. You might be surprised to learn that standing knee marches also activate your lower abdominals and deep pelvic muscles. That's because every time you lift your leg, your core muscles fire to keep you stable. This low-impact multi-muscle engagement is exactly what makes this exercise such a powerful tool for long-term mobility. Now, take a moment to connect this exercise to your daily life. When was the last time you stepped over a curb, climbed stairs, turned around quickly to grab something? All of these actions rely on the ability to lift your leg, stabilize your balance, and coordinate upper and lower body movement. That's exactly what standing knee marches mimic. By practicing them regularly, you're essentially rehearsing the movements your body needs to stay active, independent, and safe. And here's something else worth noting. Many of my older clients tell me they feel taller and more energized after a few weeks of incorporating this movement into their routine. That's because knee marches subtly encourage upright posture. They train your muscles to support your spine rather than slumping forward. So, while you may start this exercise to improve your hips and legs, don't be surprised if your back and shoulders begin to benefit too. One final tip: pair this exercise with music. A gentle beat, a favorite tune, or even just counting out loud can add structure and enjoyment to your movement. That rhythm not only keeps you focused, but also reinforces healthy motor patterns in the brain. In fact, researchers have found that rhythmic movement improves cognitive sharpness and can even help reduce anxiety in older adults. Leg strength isn't just about muscles. It's about freedom. The freedom to walk upstairs without holding your breath. The freedom to get out of a chair without struggling. The freedom to explore your neighborhood, your garden, or even your favorite store without fear of falling or fatigue. Every rep you do from here on out is a small investment in a longer, stronger, more active life. Now, remember, you don't need to do everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 exercises, repeat them slowly and consistently, and build up as you feel stronger. These movements are not meant to wear you out, but to wake up the parts of your body that have been neglected for far too long. You've got this, you really do. Keep showing up, keep moving, and above all else, believe that it's never too late to feel stronger than yesterday. If this video helped you, imagine what's coming next. Every week, I release new senior-friendly routines designed to help you feel stronger, move easier, and live more fully, right from the comfort of your home. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with a friend or loved one who might need a little extra support right now. Your journey to better health doesn't stop here. Let's keep going together.